What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. New Pokemon cards have been revealed in Japan, I believe, for the Battle Legion set or the Battle Region set. I'm not sure which one ended up being the correct translation, but Pokebeach.com is currently down. I'm going to try that one more time before we do this. It is still down. So I will be getting the translations from Twan Lei on Twitter at Twan Lei, as you can see here on the screen. We won't be going in any specific order. I have seen absolutely zero of these cards. I believe I saw a glimpse that the top card we're going to see here is a Vileplume, but I'm going into this blind and we're just going to look at it in the order that Tuan has translated them. So let's refresh in case there's any that were missed, and let's get into it. Okay, so first is Pyroar. Put 4 damage counters instead of 2 on your opponent's burned Pokemon between turns. Okay, not very good. Vileplume. 2 attacks, heal 30 from this Pokemon, does 50, and Allergy Storm 90. Flip a coin if heads, your opponent can't play supporter cards from their next turn, from their hand next turn. If tails, your opponent can't play items from their hand next turn. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. In like a vacuum. Maybe it's underwhelming in today's like very aggro game state, but that seems good. I don't know. Like 90 and your opponent can't play either supporters or items. That, like, your opponent can't prepare for that attack, you know? Like, they can't say, oh, well, I can't play items next turn, so let's play all of them now. Or I can't play supporters next turn, so let's prepare my board if we're away that I won't need supporters. It's relies on a coin flip. That's really interesting. That's really interesting to me. Maybe it won't be a good card because it's stage 2 with 150 HP and you need a grass plus a double colorless, but at the very, very least, I think that is an incredibly interesting attack. Next is Wait and See Turbo. You can use this only if you go second and only on your first turn. Search your deck for a basic energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Okay, I like where they're going with this, but I'm pretty sure that's bad. I like where they're going with it, but first impression is... I mean, yeah, VIP Battle Pass. Okay, I said that card's bad and it's in Mew, but that's because Mew can just turbo through its deck and it doesn't mind having 4 dead cards, and you could also discard them with Chromomatic. And VIP Pass you can use on your first turn regardless if it's your first turn going first or your first turn going second. This is even more specific. I don't think it's good. Okay, hang on there. Hold up. Canceling Cologne is quite interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay. Until the end of this turn, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities. It's interesting, but I'm trying to think of the application. So it goes through Duraludon, it goes through Galarian Weezing. It means you can now play abilities again if Galarian Weezing's in the active. Um, okay. I misread it at first and got too excited, but it's still interesting. I thought it was until the end of your opponent's next turn, your opponent's active doesn't have abilities, which I don't think would have been overpowered, and I think they could have done that, because if your opponent wants to use its ability, you just retreat it, right? Um, but this hurts Duraludon, it hurts Weezing, Zabazet V, those kinds of walling decks or things that, like, purposely put something in the active. Okay, it's not as good as I thought it was, but it's interesting. Roxanne. You can play this card only if your opponent has 3 or less prize cards left. Both players shuffle their hand. Then you draw 6 and your opponent draws 2. Well, how about that? They really reprinted almost Ace Trainer as opposed to N. They really don't want to give us N. They really don't want to give us N. Why? Just give us N. Okay, this is cool. This will be played. Jubilife Village. Okay, yep, we got the Legends Arceus stuff coming through. Once during each player's turn, they may shuffle their hand and draw 5. If they do, that player's turn ends. That's cool. I like that a lot. Silent. Flip 2 coins, choose a number of cards from your discard pile up to the number of heads, and put them on top of your deck. Well, that might be busted for control. Flip 2 coins, and you put any cards from the discard on top of your deck for each head. So, special energy, supporter, stadiums, whatever it is. That's very cool, too. We're seeing a lot of interesting cards here. Oh my goodness, Hisui and Samurott VSTAR. Look at that. Just look at it. Okay, so it has the attack Merciless Blade for Dark. It does 110 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon already has damage on it, it does 110 more. So it does 220 for 2. And its V-Star ability, you may use this ability during your turn, put 4 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So a once per game ability being used to put 4 damage counters, that's cool. Like 4 damage counters isn't a ton, but it's a lot to be able to put down for just like having this Pokemon on the board. So that's really good. I like that card a lot. It's weak to grass, just like Darkrai. I don't like that. I would like to see more of like a variety between weaknesses of Pokemon of the same type. But cool. And then Hisui and Samurott V knockoff. Discard up to 2 Pokemon tool cards attached to your opponent's Pokemon. Wow, this art is really nice. I'm a fan of it. This art right here for Hisui and Samurott V, it's quite flat. There's not a lot of depth to the art in my opinion, but I really like it. It's different. It gives the cards a vibe almost like it's for the Arceus set. And these just look like level X's no matter how you cut it, right? That just looks like level X's. Hisuian Decidueye V and V-Star. Okay, my Twitter is glitching out a little bit here. But let's look at Hisuian Decidueye V first. For a fighting energy, we have Deck Hunt. Search your deck for any 2 cards and put them into your hand. Okay. And then point blank, 100 not affected. Okay. And now let's go back and let's look at... I don't know why, but my Twitter has this weird, like when I scroll, it skips a tweet kind of deal. So just deal with that for now. Guys, sorry about that. I've been trying to fix it. I don't know why it happens. Somersault Feathers for fighting colorless. Also weak to Psychic. You may discard up to 3 cards from your hand. If you do, this card does 30 more for each card discarded in this way. So you can do a maximum of 250 prior to choice belts and stuff. Wait, that's a lot. Wow. I think that's actually a really strong attack. 230 with double turbo, 260 with double turbo plus choice belt. That's a lot of damage. That's really good. And then V-Star Power, you may use this ability during your turn. Draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand. So it has a built-in consistency. That's good. And now Kazooie and Typhlosion. My Twitter is doing the thing. Let's click on the V first. Yo, it has a free attack! Let's go! Free attack! Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. And then Chilling Fire, choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that, shuffles it into their deck. Free attack! Free at last! Free at last! Let's go! Okay, Kazooie and Typhlosion V-Star. It has Spooky Flame 180, put 3 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon any way you like. And then for 1 Psychic, the V-Star attack, if your opponent's active Pokemon has exactly 4 damage counters on it, it is now knocked out. That is Doom Count from Yveltal GX. Wow. Beautiful looking card. Really capturing the kind of the whole aesthetic. Oh man, look at the purple V-Star. Oh my god, this is too nice. Do the other ones have that like nice theme? They do have the nice theme color behind the V-Star area, but it just doesn't pop like it does on this Typhlosion because oh man, look at that card. Wow. A lot of people, including myself, saw Hisuian Typhlosion without the flames. because it doesn't always have the flames showing, and thought this character was underwhelming. But that's a beautiful card, a beautiful character. Okay. Sparkling Heatran. You can't have. What is up with this Heatran? Hold on. This Heatran looks so derpy. This attack does 70 for each damage on this Pokemon. Okay. Very derpy and underwhelming sparkling Pokemon. Okay, so is this all of it? Let's refresh. Let's refresh Twan's Twitter. Really rolls off the tongue. Okay, there's more. Kazooie and Basculegion. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 90 more damage, and your opponent's active is now confused. Okay. So a nice little 120 if something was knocked out, nothing crazy. And Kazooie and Basculegion. Oh my lord, look at that. Free attack. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon and bench them. Free attack. Free attack. That's great. This could actually be played in things for when you're going second. Okay, and we'll refresh once more. Mismagius. Your opponent reveals their hand. If they have 4 or more cards in hand, choose all but 3 cards in their hand. Your opponent shuffles those cards you chose back into their deck. Okay, so if they have a 5-card hand, you choose 2 of them to shuffle in. They keep 3. Okay. Let's check and see if Pokebeach is back up yet to see if we missed anything. Okay. Yeah, Pokebeach is back up. Okay, let's see what hasn't been already translated on Twan's Twitter. There's a Mamoswine. I remember somebody wanting a Mamoswine card in my Twitter replies the other day. There's a Gallade. No Gardevoir? Gallade, but no Gardevoir. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if there's anything that looks like it's important missing. Okay, I didn't see this translated yet. Hoot Hoot has an ability. This was already translated, I believe. Let's go back to Twan's Twitter, which really rolls off the tongue. Has it all been translated here? Oh, we also have the Darkrai and Lucario decks. We're looking for the Mightyena, right? I don't remember seeing the Mightyena translated. The Cleavor and the Wordier were already translated. Those aren't very good. Honey was translated. Kamado, discard all cards except 1, then draw 4. Yeah, that was already revealed. Okay, so we're waiting on the Mightyena. But I think... Okay, I thought I saw something in a Facebook group message I'm in about the Mightyena, but I don't know where it is. Wait, where'd they get this from? Oh my goodness. There's no way that's the real translation. Oh, okay. It's on Franco's Twitter. Okay. Hang on, guys. Okay, yeah, Franco also translated some things. But okay, the Mightyena, here we go. The Mightyena is if your opponent has a VMAX Pokemon in play, the requirement for this Pokemon's attacks become -3 colorless energy. Wild Tackle just does 160 for free. For free because your opponent has a VMAX Pokemon in play. So if you don't like Mew VMAX, what the Pokemon Company in Japan, aka Creatures Incorporated, aka this Mightyena here is telling us, is put a 2/2 Mightyena in your deck and just smack Mew VMAX like a gnat. That's incredible. It looks like Franco also translated this. Oh, as long as this Pokemon's in play, all of your bench Pokemon's energies does not get discarded by your opponent's supporters or items effect. Why did it take us 2 extra years to get that? What? As long as this Pokemon's in play, your bench Pokemon aren't affected by your opponent's supporter cards that were played from hand. What? Did they lock up all the like capable card designers and then just let them out last month? Like, what is going on here? Am I reading this right? Okay, so in review, this Hoot Hoot and wherever the Magierna are should have been printed, I don't know, 2 years ago. They should have been printed in Sword and Shield base, basically. And that lines up with the time it takes them to create cards, because they do create cards like a year and a half plus ahead of time. So if they saw that Crushing Hammer and Boss's orders might be problematic like a year ago, we just start getting these cards now. But holy crap, like, these are actually interesting cards. It's going to take more than just a 15-minute first impressions video for me to really take all of this in, guys, but let's go through it real quick here on Poke Beach after I refresh it, unless Poke Beach shuts down again. Okay, we're doing it on Franco's Twitter, it would look like. I think all of the Hisuian starter VSTARs are good. Um, I think this one might be the best, but I don't want to lock that in until I refresh myself on what the first one does. I remember what Typhlosion and Decidueye do. Alright, this one puts 4 damage. Okay, I think Typhlosion's the best. But I think they're all playable, which is amazing. And let's see. Typhlosion is weak to Samurai, and Decidueye is weak to... Oh, man, they really should have made Samurai weak to fighting just to make it a triangle like that. But, they are trying to make the triangle a little harder. They're trying to make it not a triangle, more like I don't know, add a couple sides to the triangle and see what you get with the typing. I think they're all playable though, for sure. Um, let's go back to our friend Twan's Twitter, the Twitter of Twan, because I know they had some other ones up. Glade. Oh, we didn't see this yet. Search your deck for a supporter, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Okay. Swirling Slice. Okay. So in this Magius, we saw this one. Whenever you're... I need to read this again. Oh, it's benched basic Pokemon. It's making more sense. It's becoming more realistic. Oh, as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, get out of here. Get out of town. That doesn't even matter. Okay, somebody's translating it wrong. Somebody's translating it wrong, chat. If it's if Franco's translating it correctly, I will be happy. No, it doesn't have potential if it has to be in the active. It's a dead card in your deck. Maybe not, but it should not have to be. Okay. We have to see who's translating these incorrectly. Twan hasn't translated um the Hoot Hoot that stops crushing hammer yet. Okay, in review of the cards that I am confident of their translations, I think the Hisuian starter V stars are all good. They're all playable. This Vileplume's very interesting, maybe not playable. This is interesting. This is playable. This is playable. This is playable for control decks. There's the V stars. We've seen them. Yeah, they're good. Sparkling Heatran's a joke. I'm very curious about this though. That's what has me most curious. Yeah, I'm gonna say Twan's is probably correct. This would be too good for them to print because they don't like printing things that stop popular cards too often of the time. I wonder if Hoot Hoot is on the bench though. That'll be interesting to find out. Anyway, a lot of cool cards. Poke Beach is having some issues. I'm sure they'll be up safely on Poke Beach soon enough. So I'll leave that link in the pinned comment or description or whatever when it's up. But shout out to Franco FC Takahashi Info and also Twanley at Twanley on Twitter for the early translations. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Franco's translation here is incorrect. It's bad if it has to be in the active. Probably bad. It's bad by today's standards if it has to be in the active. We'll have to see. But the Hisuian V stars are amazing. Very cool art. They're all playable. I'm excited for that. And yeah, let me know in the comments if there's anything I under or overreacted to, anything I missed. Keep me updated on the translations in the comments. That Mighty Enna is awesome because you just bonk Mew. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.